exactly in the same moment, was something Congress of Russian immigrants there. That's culture immigrants, you know, writers, musicians maybe. And they're coming first to border in Sheremetyevo airport, and soldier in border. I tell first to him, I have no visum. And he tell me, but if you have no visum, why you here? I tell, that's second question. First question is, I am here already.
And I'm coming in.
Exactly. And he told, well, you have invitation. I not need this invitation. That's immigrants know me very well. and he, that's a very interesting details, because he give me visa in my passport.
But he knew, as long as you've been away, he knew who you were.
Yes. And this guy asked me, this soldier asked me, Maestro, you know address where is this Congress? I tell, you know, this Congress must be go to the hell. I go to White House for, and he embraced me.
You went right to the White House?
Yes, exactly, immediately.
You thought the attack on the White House would come at 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, exactly. And we all was ready for this.
And you waited there?
Yes.
For the attack to come?
For the attack to come, yes.
Thinking what would happen to you? Or to all of you?
You know, very interesting, because I was, of course, a little bit excited and nervous just before I coming there. But when I coming inside the White House, when I see thousand young people around this White House, I see people was very quiet, everybody.
Now, I understand you were there almost non-stop from the time you got there until the tour was over.
I have only 3 hours when I come a little bit eat and immediately coming back. But 2 nights I don't sleep at all.
Did you think, in your mind,
yes,
I'm going to die here?
Of course.
You have had so many meaningful moments in your life in music. Was this, in another way, as meaningful a moment as you've ever had?
No, such. You know, I have 3 times in my life I have something very important emotion, a little bit like that. First, that's 9th of May, 1945, when our coalition, United States, Great Britain, and Soviet Russia, is finished Second World War. And second time, that's when I coming to Berlin Wall and play Bach.
As the wall came down?
Yes, all 3 different, completely different. But that's strongest, that's this last.
Because this is the strongest of all?
Strongest, because I now believe for all country, for my country, I believe that's coming out from these difficulties, coming through this difficult period, and we coming and embrace. That's important not only for Russia, not only for Soviet Union, not only for Europe. I think that we must celebrate it all our planet.
As he says, what happened there, important for Russia, important for Europe, important for all the planet. Maestro Rostropovich told me he didn't take his cello with him on this trip when he went to Moscow. His instrument is one of the most valuable cellos in the world. He said he didn't want it crushed by tanks. If he were to be crushed, that was one thing. He said he was comfortable with the idea of dying there if he had to, but he said he couldn't stand the thought of the cello being destroyed. It's now coming up on 23 minutes after the hour. In our next half hour, award-winning actors Hume Cronin and Jessica Tandy. And Good Morning America continues.
Just look at all this beautiful furniture in stock, ready for pickup or prompt delivery.
But this isn't Springwood.
He's back. And he's dead, or so they tell us. Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare, is supposed to be the last installment in the Nightmare on Elm Street series. It opens next Friday, appropriately enough, this Friday, actually, on Friday the 13th. Joining us this morning, the real Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund. Funny, you don't look like that guy you played.
No.
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning, Paul.
Is it true? You really going to be dead?
Yes, really dead.
This is it?
This is it. This is it.
These
He's
films have
gone.
made $400 million. If this film opening on Friday the 13th does well, there's no way they'll resurrect you?
Well, they can't. First of all, I'm working for somebody else now. I'm doing a TV series on another network. And I think they really wanted to reward the fans, you know, really go out with a bang instead of a whimper. You know, we could probably drag these on forever, but I'm kind of proud of them for, like, sort of putting everything in the last one, like a big finale.
Now, as I understand, your attitude towards this genre of film wasn't all that positive when you first started off.
Yeah, I know. I'm really associated with horror movies now, but no, I was, you know, I took myself a little too seriously before I did all these. If it's taught me anything, it's taught me to sort of respect the popular culture, highs and lows and fads of the country. You know, I was quite the snob before I did these.
And what is it about popular culture? Why is there such a fad? Because your fans out there are really strong.
You know, I'm not certain why, but, you know, the horror movie's been on a steady sort of upswing since Rosemary's Baby, I guess, or The Exorcist. You know, they're just ascending constantly on the sort of barometer of popularity. And I'm not really sure why. I think there's something to do with maybe audiences really like to see them out of the house, out in the movie theater, in the dark, collectively, with friends and strangers, as opposed to just, you know, the rental phenomenon that's happening now with VCRs and video. I think there's something about the collective experience of being scared together that people really enjoy that's missing in the rest of society. So maybe that's what they're into.
So has it become more fun for you along the way with each film that you do?
I was actually, you know, when I started doing these, I'd been around the block a couple of times, so I was sort of able to enjoy the whole kind of roller coaster ride. And actually, the makeup takes less time now than when we began, so that makes a lot of difference.
Walk us through the process, from the time you sit in the chair, from the time you're ready to make your appearance on film.
Well, before they ever begin the film, I have to go in for fittings, molds that are made. It's sort of like getting a tuna casserole made for the face.
Lovely.
Yes. And this is done with foam latex. And then if they want me, for instance, at 7 in the morning on this set, I'm up at about 3 or 4 on the freeway, and then they get the medical adhesive and baste me with that, and they put these pieces on, which is like a jigsaw puzzle, and they fit together. And then where the seams are on the pieces, they put this stuff called Prozaid on, which is sort of like makeup a Bondo, I guess, but it seams it up. And they have to blend the seam color. And they do the highlight and shadow on the makeup.
And then you really have to work.
And then they get out the KY jelly, baste me, and put me in front of the
closing.
camera.
It doesn't seem to be typecasting you, because you say you're off and running on another network doing another show. Well,
yes, I'm out of makeup finally, except they're graying my hair for this one, so I'm not completely out of the makeup.
Robert Englund, nice to meet you. Best of luck to you.
Okay, thank you
Thanks
very
for
much.
dropping in. 5 minutes before the hour, we'll be right back.
This portion of CBS This Morning was sponsored by Cadillac and your local Cadillac dealers.